Hi, Jason Heath, and I'm here in Highland Park, California, to discuss ProSeed Books' project, A Picture is Worth, for which I have written a song and recorded with my compatriots, the Gritty Souls, entitled On My Street, and we are here on my street. I think my earliest musical memories, besides, Happy Birthday to You, was my mother had some records. There was one I remember specifically called Golden Oldies, or Oldies but Goodies, Golden Tunes or something like that, and it had different Motown hits and pop songs from the '60s. And I remember listening to Sammy Davis Jr.'s Candyman a lot. I actually had 5 or 6. It's the idea that you can eat the dishes is pretty powerful imagery. But there was a song by Dion called Run Around Sue. I had no idea what he meant by run around, but I thought maybe she was just running around. But I really liked the melody. I was always sort of drawn to the hookiness of, I guess, pop songs. I'm often asked to describe what our sound is. And what I've come up with is it's acoust-electric, agit pop, arena, folk country rock. I guess it draws a lot from American music. I mean, there's a lot of folk and country, and also, but pop, and I really like Motown and a lot of the '60s garage pop, even the Beach Boys. I mean, I don't know, it's everything American, I guess. Lyrically, the tones the ideas that I try to express in the songs are ideas of justice. There's always been things that have interested me in writing. Not just the social economic justice, although that's a big part of it, but also the justice that we show each other in our human relationships on a day-to-day basis. The justice that we show to each other as lovers, as friends, as a society, and also the justice that we show to ourselves as people, how we treat ourselves. Those ideas, the idea of equilibrium. I don't know if there was anything incredibly challenging about the process. It seemed, at least for me, it was, really, serendipitous to me, in the fact that the pictures that I received, are something that I feel akin to, in the fact that I've lived most of my adult life in barrios or ghettos, really. And so when I was a little concerned what the pictures were going to be. I didn't know when you asked me to do the project if I was going to open up and see two lovers sitting in a cafe, which does not motivate me at all. I'm not the type of person who writes songs about pretty girls. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's just a lot of those songs, and I leave it to other people who do it much better. But when I saw the pictures, it's something like I said, it's close to my heart. People who struggle in the margins of our society. When I wrote the song, I saw the pictures. I could have written a sad song or a song about a troubled person, on drugs in a gang, but instead I thought it would be, what if we celebrated these ideas? Because, we all have good and bad parts to our culture, whether you're super rich or you're super poor, and there's going to be guns and there's going to be drugs, and, it's just on what scale. Do you have one gun to defend yourself, or are you exporting thousands and millions of guns to some other country? Those things are just part of the human condition. But I thought on my street we could celebrate. If people were invited down to my street to see the other sides of this life, that are positive and uplifting and celebratory, and I guess that's what the song's about. This all a part of me comes with the scenery. Come down and check it out and see what you think. And maybe if there was more of a coming together, some of those barriers would break down, and we would see a bigger influence of a multicultural experience. They were beautiful, beautiful shots. The two that really kind of just stood out to me, there's one shot where there's a father, I imagine father, maybe uncle or friend, and they're playing in the lake, and they got the child swimming. You can see all the different gang tattoos, and I just thought that was, I guess that was the one that sort of inspired me to write it from a different perspective, as opposed to the dark, foreboding song about, the gangs. And the other picture of the father holding his child in the alley with the shadow of the guy behind him with the bottle, I thought it was amazing. And I thought, that's another part that we can see where we're all really the same, and that we all really want the same thing. We want the sense of security and the sense that our life has value. What's next for Jason Heath and the Greedy Souls? We will be touring, coming to a town, hopefully near you, or in your town, and playing to as many people as will listen to us, and that's the plan. Just to keep creating and writing and sharing, and because that's what I do. I'm a lifer.